So I am getting ready to leave to India. We're literally leaving in 15 minutes. The mood that I have is it's exciting. It's I'm jumping into the unknown. This is literally the furthest that I've ever been from, America, from like the Western world. So I'm stepping into and I something in me tells me that it's going to be life changing. That's something magical, incredible is about to happen. I don't like to have expectations. I'm working so hard on myself to not have any sort of expectations on anything and to really be able to welcome everything with an open heart and whatever it needs to be. But I'm definitely feeling like this will change a lot of my life, and this is the reason why I wanted to record myself, because I want to be a witness to my transformation.
Here, this is it.
Ready for the adventure. Currently, right now, leaving America, I am letting go of something really big, letting go of a way of that I've always lived here in America, letting go of certain concepts of being a woman, what I really want, stepping into my 30s, like what do I really want to manifest in my life? And a lot of my desires and my wants are changing. So I'm definitely having a feeling of renewal, but it's literally that transitional moment where like it's just so unknown. I see like a new life unfolding in front of me. And there is a little bit of nostalgia from the past, but I feel like it lives on, within me in a way. Not that I can't let it go, more of like the lessons and what I grew and what I learned and what I was nurtured with. It has really led me to this point. This point of, you know, I always consider myself somebody who is very spiritual. Not really. I actually always wanted to I was running away from this sort of stereotype of like the spiritual girl and stuff. But as I just kept going with my life, and I've been doing astrology for like more than 12 years, and just always the deepness of life has always seeked me. Deep inside, I've always been a seeker, really. And what happens to seekers? Where do they end up? They end up really searching for the truth. And I feel like that's exactly where I am stepping into the unknown, just as a seeker, as a humble seeker, seeking truth of my duty, of what I'm meant to be doing, seeking my path, seeking the clarity, you know, of or being able to hear the voice of the para atma inside of me, of the true soul, of the supreme soul within myself. This is the reason why it has led me into India. I really feel like the energy of fate, the energy of destiny. Because last year I had to deal with a lot of, releasing a lot of things that I thought I was. Releasing a lot of patterns, a lot of thoughts, a lot of ways of being, a lot of habits, releasing them. And in like strip myself away from whatever I think I am to getting to the core of who I really, really am. I am a daughter of God. That's really who I am. All of this has led me here. I'm excited. And especially that I get to share with somebody that I'm loving so much. That I feel that divine counterpart. I feel that divine spiritual relationship that I always dreamed of. It's like really stepping into living your true dreams. Really stepping into living everything that you've ever wanted. Right before all these things were happening, I really was going through like a sort of energy of like, do dreams really come true? Is it really good for us to have like all these aspirations and dreams? Like, I thought I wasn't really fulfilling any of my dreams and aspirations. And as I was recognizing this and like having more clarity with this, boom, God granted me a wish. granted me a dream.
Radhe Shama, 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 Radhe Radhe.
Looking forward to being in the Dham, being in the sacred land, and seeing what it does to me. I am ready to cleanse my sins. I'm ready to accelerate my karmatic payments. I'm ready to really cleanse my spirit. I feel like this could be a cleansing of lifetimes. So I'm going with the intention of doing the work, of really digging deep with Krishna and my true relationship with the divine, my true relationship with Krishna. He's listening. I know that tonight I won't be sleeping here in Florida. I'll be sleeping in another part of the world. Here I come. Vrindavan, here I come. Let's go, let's see, let's experience, let's feel, let's step into fate.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Radhe, Radhe Shama, Radhe Shama, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Krishna.
So, here we are in India. It's been quite a journey, and I can definitely feel the power of the Dham. I mean, the first day I was very deeply triggered in my subtle body, the insecurities that I have with myself, with my self-worth, which is one of my most traumatic things that really came out to the surface, and the wound was very much exposed, and I cried for a really long time. But I saw it as a purification, like the purification of my soul, of my body, because it's not true. Whatever is those insecurities that I feel, they're not necessarily the truth of who I really am. And so it was a very emotionally charged day, just from the first day. I could feel that the things that I hide in myself, the things that I repress in myself, they can't be hidden here, in a way. They can be repressed, they can be forgotten, they can be, put aside and for you not to think about it. So that was a very powerful experience. And I chanted for a really long time in front of the deities, just looking at them, and everything just made me cry even more. But at the end, I was able to really kind of let it go and release it. And then on the third day, I did my first parikrama, which was sort of like a pilgrimage. I've never done something like that ever in my life. It was a 14-mile walk around this very divine mountain called Govardhan. And Govardhan is pretty much, it's God itself. So it was very powerful, especially from the fact that I did it all barefooted, okay? I mean, my feet were exhausted and hurting a lot, but the more that I walk and the more that I experience the streets and the people that live here, the more I come to really humble myself down, you know. I've been realizing like there's really nothing for me to complain about. Like, there's people here who live in very, 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 very austere conditions. And it has definitely humbled me down, because I really have nothing to complain about. It was very cool because from the beginning of the parikama, we saw the mysterious, mystical blue cow. Very, very peculiar animal that I've never seen before, and apparently it's an animal that only lives in Govardhan. And, you know, I've heard about it, like Achyuta had told me about it, but I didn't, and I was hoping that I was going to be able to see it this time. And then throughout the whole walk, like, I was chanting. I've never chanted so much than during this walk. My feet were hurting, my body was hurting, everything was hurting. But the chanting just helped me keep going and kept going and kept going. And every single beautiful kund that we were in, the very specific sacred spots that we went to, they were very illuminating, you know. I could feel that my lower chakras were so grounded and exhausted, like almost like exhausting the material energies. But then my upper chakras were so vibrant, so awake, so clear. We barely ate throughout the whole time. We started at 8:30 in the morning and finished at 5:30 in the afternoon. But that was very powerful. Cause like there were so many things that I could have complained about. The pain in my feet, the exhaustion, how far everything was, the lack of food. But I really feel like I don't have any entitlement to complain about anything. You go out and you always see somebody that could be in a more austere condition than you are. So it's just been very humbling to my heart, to my soul. And it has helped me ground myself, like counting my blessings every step of the way. Counting my blessings every moment of the way. And the chanting really helped me to keep moving forward. The chanting really helped me to just get through it, to just keep going. My mind didn't have the time to think, oh my God, everything hurts, oh my God, I want this to stop. Like my mind didn't really have the time to think of any of those things. We went to different temples. The days after, we went to like the main temples here in Vrindavan. They feel very elevating, like when I'm in them, and I'm paying pranams, and I'm, experiencing looking at the deities who are more than 500 years old, who were worshipped by incredible personalities. I feel so much serenity and soothness in my body and my heart and myself and my mind. The war with Russia and Ukraine kind of broke out in the middle of us being here. Like that could have brought me a lot of anxiety. So I'm like, miss security, I want to feel secure. And for a moment, like I felt the anxiety, but just going into the temples, it just helped me elevate and transcend it all, Starting to understand that it doesn't matter where you are, like the tension and the pressure is always going to be manifested in this material world some way, somehow. And I'm starting to really understand what it means to seek the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, to seek the shelter in his names. And I feel it. I feel how it elevates me. And so I'm super excited for the rest of the things that are about to come, for Mayapur, for everything. I'm eternally grateful. Hare Krishna.